Hey, what's up, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol PLTR, Palantir Technologies. And as you can see, guys, on the daily time chart, we have this obvious cup and handle pattern that we were talking about in the last couple of Palantir videos. And now, guys, we are at a crucial point to see what price is going to do after, getting out of that cup and handle. Is it finally time for a pullback for PLTR, or are we going to see this retracement back to higher highs, guys? Now, taking you guys to the weekly chart zoomed out here, you can see the stock IPO'd and had a nice run up, and then just a lot of consolidation, until around that 2024 period where things start ramping up, and we see price fly all the way from these lower levels, $31 level where things start kind of ramping up here, get to around $31, ramp up, consolidate around that $66 to $84 zone, and we continue our rally all the way to that 125 resistance zone where we actually formed the first part of the cup, guys. You saw it a little bit better on the daily time frame, but on the weekly, so the first part of the cup. You see the second part of the cup, the retest of that 125 level, and the handle as we reach our all-time high of 135.28. Kind of out of this cup and handle formation, trading above the 20-day moving average. And from a weekly perspective, it does not look bad here. The most recent candle we see, a large, pretty strong bearish candle, a little bit below that neckline on the weekly time frame. We do have one more day of trading. The fact that we are getting below that neckline once again isn't the best sign, but overall, guys, not terrible on the weekly. Just the type of price action that you don't exactly want to see after escaping a cup and handle pattern. As far as the overall weekly goes, guys, I am neutral, though. We are still trading above that moving average. We are still in this general nice range. We haven't fallen below these certain support zones. As you can see drawn up here, we are still above these smaller time frame support zones and bounce off, say that 118 level or that 120 level and kind of retest and move our way higher, trying to retest the top of where we got rejected off a couple times. Definitely a possibility. Now, guys, taking you back to the daily time frame, zoomed out a little bit. As you can see, had that run up, got to the top of that cup around that neckline area at that 125 level. And then we get crushed down, stock gets crushed down, consolidate a little bit, try to make a move, gets crushed down lower all the way to that $66.12 level. Works our way up, find support overall around this 84.80 level. Pretty nice support. Used to be resistance, break out of it. It's a nice, decent support. Bounce off a couple times here, guys. Work our way up. Get in this little range, as you can see. Get out of that. Get another little, bull flag type of range. Break out of that. And you can see getting tight right around that neckline area. Get out of that neckline. Get back below it. Right at it, right at it. Get pretty tight. Play around this 120 to 125 level zone. Play around. Get pretty tight. Consolidate right at where that neckline is. Break out of that 1, 2, 3 candles. Hit that top of 133.49. Reach overall 135.28 before wicking back down where we bounced off last time around that 133.49 level. Get rejected. Get below that overall neckline on this recent candle. So pretty strong resistance at that 133.49 level, guys, and that high of 135.28. You see the red hammer candle, a potential to move up higher. Get rejected. Sellers are in control. Buyers try to push it, keep it at that resistance level. Can't do that. Sellers push it down, and now we're getting pushed down below that neckline area, guys. Right back. Looks like we could be headed to that 120.93 support. So, guys, a lot of things going on with Palantir right now. Be mindful that if we get below this neckline again, kind of consolidate, reject the 125 neckline, that'll be pretty bearish price action, guys. If we can't get above that, if we get below that, the next couple of days will tell us if we can bounce right back above that. Say next candle opens up, reject off that neckline area, play around, flush possibility, or we play around and we get above that 125 area, consolidate some more, get back above, retest that 133.49 level. Possibility there as well, guys. You guys can see it's kind of formed this rounded top here. Reject that level 3 times and get rejected hard on this candle. Looks like we're headed to that 120 level. So keep that in mind, guys. Strong resistance there. Bounce off, consolidate, work our way back above that neckline area. Hit it once, reject. Hit it twice, reject. Hit it 3 times, reject. And a big move downwards as the sellers are in control. Say that neckline acts as some hard resistance. I think we only have a few days to really test that before it makes a move. It's going to be a chop of like 1, 2, 3, and we get above it. Or it's going to be 1, 2, 3 flush. Because you can see in the past, 1 attempt, 2 attempt, get flushed down. right back at it. One attempt, two attempt, get gap down, get flushed down, get back at it, get over it, and it seems like when it got over it, it wasn't very strong overall. We hit that ceiling of 133.49, get flushed right away, play around, get right back above with a strong bullish candle here, guys. Very strong, buyers are in control until we hit that exact level again. And then we feel that big selling pressure, guys. And as we speak, it's headed towards that 120.93 level. If we get below that neckline level, stay below that like we are seeing, and get below that 120 support zone, even furthermore, that 118 to 116 type of support zone, if we can't bounce somewhere around there, definitely bearish on this, guys. But overall, nothing to completely panic about yet. It could be just a seller test. Buyers could step in here at this strong 120 support, because like we saw before, right? Get down, 1, 2, 3 touch points, get above it. Strong support here, guys. Just like we saw before. Tap that, big move up. So it's definitely not anything to panic about while we're still above this 120.93 support. And in this general area, guys, could be something like we can kind of consolidate, chop around, and blow up. So I'm pretty neutral overall, guys. Pretty neutral on this daily time frame. But yeah, guys, the next day or two of price action, definitely keep an eye out for those candles to retest, get above that 125 neckline, play around, or even you could see a couple days of consolidation in between that 120 to 125 zone before that retest and reclaim of the top of that neckline, and it continue to move up. Pullbacks are pretty normal after a handle of a cup and handle, as you can see here, the pullback. But that strong, resistance at 133.49 is definitely something to keep an eye on and not to count out. So we'll see what price does within the next day or two of price action, guys. But keep your eye on that ultimate level and ultimate range, as price is in a crucial point here, guys. We are definitely in a crucial point, and next couple trading days will definitely tell us if we have that strength remaining at that 120 support level, or if we are going to flush, guys. Play around for a day, maybe 2 days, and flush those levels. Time will tell. Pretty neutral on this one, guys. Wouldn't be looking to go long until it gets nicely above that 125.21 level before we go and retest that 133 level and ultimately 135 for new all-time highs. And as a bear, guys, keep an eye on the 120.93 level as well as that furthermore 118.77 level. If we crash through those, it's likely we could see a pretty drastic pullback and then eventually a retest of that overall 125.21 level where we created this neckline of this overall structure of a cup and handle. Time will tell, guys. Pretty neutral on the daily for now, as long as we stay in this relative zone and consolidate around these two zones, 133.49, 125.21, and ultimately 125.21 and 120.93. Keep your eyes on all that, guys. Now, take you guys to the hourly chart. You can kind of see a little bit of a better perspective as we bounced off that 66.12, the bottom of that cup and handle, and from an hourly perspective, looks very strong. Stair stepping up, creating this kind of range, getting out of that, creating another range, getting out of that nicely, and then creating a tight descending type of range. Try to pop out of that, get consolidate a bit, finally pop out of it, trending between that 125 to 133 level. Consolidate there for a good amount of hours, guys, of price action. Now we are finally seeing a move below that neckline area of 125 like we were describing on the daily time chart. So what you want to see here, guys, is price hold nicely at this 120 support. As you can see, bouncing off of it. You want to see a couple candles of nice price action remaining strong and ultimately getting back over that neckline area, as this could just be a false breakdown, a fake out, as some would say it. Sellers try to gain control. Buyers regain that control at that support zone, push it higher, consolidate, ultimately push it there, and remain bullish, as this stock is a very strong stock, guys. Just kind of back in this consolidation range where we consolidated for quite some time at that 125 to 120 level. Nothing to freak out about yet, guys. If it gets below that, look for that ultimate 119 to 118 type of support area for a possible bounce and recovery. But overall, guys, pretty neutral on the hourly time frame. Keep an eye on that as well as QQQ. As on QQQ, we try to trend higher, looking a little bit overextended, reaching that, getting close to that 540 level, Keep an eye on QQQ, as if QQQ gets a move downwards or a pullback, that will affect PLTR. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today on PLTR. Keep an eye on those support levels, resistance levels, and that cup and handle pattern getting below that neckline. See if we have that support at 120, guys, and remain patient on this one. This is definitely a crucial spot for PLTR. And I hope you guys enjoyed and took something away from this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing, as we will be continuing to cover PLTR on the channel, as well as other major tickers. Trade smart, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.